so candid
Chef
right
Tara.
Influencer now.
Influencer time. You got it.
Other way, babe.
Puppy,
Other way, babe.
puppy.
Other way, babe.
Cameras.
Oh, like
How does he know?
stuff depending on your interest, like Chinese history related stuff.
Wow.
There's a bunch of
Got like
はい、4点で820円になります。
Hello. It's summer here in Japan, and that means that we are all suffering through extreme heat. I mean, I love summer, but summer in Japan is truly something else. The humidity is just horrible. Today it's like 94 degrees Fahrenheit, but the real feel, like with the humidity, is making it feel like 98, and it's just gonna keep getting higher until the end of August. So, you know, we're all just kind of suffering through it. And actually in Japanese they have this special word for, well, they have this special word called natsubate, and natsubate describes this kind of like summer heat depression. It's almost kind of like it's so hot that you are like tired, you just want to sleep all the time, you have no motivation to do anything, and you're just kind of suffering. And the cure is to like try and eat a lot of like cooling foods, like foods that have a lot of water, so like cucumbers or watermelons or stuff like that, and then just try to rest. But yeah, last year natsubate really got me good, so this year, in an attempt to try and fight off the natsubate, I'm trying to be really busy and like keep myself motivated. I actually started reading again this year, and I've already read something like 22 books, which is not super amazing compared to some of these girlies, but it's pretty good for me. And I've also read like 5 more books that I got like halfway through and DNF'd, but I'm not counting those. So I've been reading quite a lot. And in an attempt to kind of keep up the momentum, I collected some books. It's actually kind of a challenge because in Japan, it's not very easy to find English books. Japan is such like a homogenous culture that it's not really necessary to have any English ability, especially if you live outside of Tokyo. So it can be quite hard to hunt down English books aside from like the classics, but you know, anyway, you can find books if you go to Tokyo. So the last time I went to Tokyo, I stopped by the Maruzen near Tokyo Station, and I picked up these books. It was like heaven, honestly. They had such a good English selection, by far the biggest selection I found so far in Japan, and they actually had one of my favorite childhood series, the Graceling series by Christian Kishore. I've actually only read the first 3 books, but I was really pleased to see that there. And then they also had this whole like Harry Potter shrine there. It was kind of wild. It was a really big section, and I know we don't like Harry Potter like that anymore, but you know, like the high school version of me would have absolutely loved that. Japan just does fandom culture so well. I really wish I had came here when I was in high school, but you live and you learn. Anyway, I picked up these books, so let's kind of get into them. So first, I want to talk about the books that I got at the bookstore. I also ended up doing a book exchange with one of my friends who's leaving Japan and going back to America, so I have some of her books that I'll show as well. So I wasn't really planning to pick this up, I just kind of happened to find it by chance, and the synopsis sounded really interesting. It sounds like it's about a girl who has recently gone through a breakup, and she ends up living above a bookshop and also kind of like working at the bookshop, and it's really short, so I thought I could get through it pretty quickly. And yeah, it seems very cute and interesting. I don't know if it'll be cute. It might be kind of heavy. Sometimes Japanese books are really heavy, but I thought that I could get through this quickly, and it seemed pretty summery to me. Next, I also was not planning on getting this. This is actually a manga. I have been interested in Princess Jellyfish for a really long time, but I've never actually like picked up the book. It's a little bit hard to find in America, I feel. But I found the English manga in Maruzen, so I was like, yeah, I'll grab that. Princess Jellyfish is about this girl who is super interested in jellyfish. She has like a strange obsession with jellyfish, and then she kind of like stumbles into, hold on, let me read the so this book is about this girl who is super obsessed with jellyfish, and she kind of ends up moving to Tokyo, and she meets this super fashionable, cool woman by chance, and it's just kind of like about their relationship from what I understand. It looks really cool. I think it has some queer representation in it, so I'm excited to read it. The art looks really beautiful, which is something that I always enjoy in a manga. I like it when it's not ugly. Okay, and then the last thing that I got at Maruzen were Emily Henry books. So I picked up Happy Place first because I've heard that this is like her best book from a lot of people, or a lot of people seem to like this one best. So I mean, like, you know, Emily Henry, I'm not going to like summarize either of these, but I picked up Happy Place and Beach Read. Both seem extremely summery. From what I understand, all of Emily Henry's books are super beachy and summery and nice. I don't know that I'll read these straight away because I would like to read them on the beach. I think that that could be really fun. And I would like to go to the beach one more time before summer ends because Japan has some nice beaches. So I picked these two up. And then I did a book exchange with my friend. So these are a lot less summery, but I gave her the Atlas 6, and then she gave me 3 books that she didn't want anymore. So the first is The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. And I really know absolutely nothing about this book, but I saw it at Maruzen, and it was they said that it was one of the popular books going around right now, so I was like, sure, yeah, I'll read it. My friend said it has a happy ending, so, you know, as long as it's not too depressing, I think it could be a very interesting read. Next, she gave me Beautiful Country by Tianjuli Wang. I was reading through the kind of like synopsis of this book, not like synopsis. What do you call that thing? What do you call this thing? What is this called? The blib? That's not the proper word. Anyway, I was reading this thing, and it seems like this book is a memoir about this girl who moved to America and kind of her experience growing up as an immigrant in America, which is something that's very interesting to me. So I am looking forward to reading this. I do think it might be kind of sad though, I'm not sure. And then last, she gave me Yellowface. This is one that I was most excited about. I've wanted to read Yellowface for a really long time. I recently read the first book of the Poppy Wars by R.F. Kuang, and I really like her writing, so I'm interested to see how this like differs. I know that for some reason people have really differing opinions on this, so yeah, I'm just excited to kind of get into it and see what's going on with this. I feel like you also probably know what Yellowface is about. It's super popular. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'll read first. I think I'm interested in this like super short book, Days at the Morisaki Bookshop, because I just want something that's not too difficult right now.
Sabrina laughed at me when I said, "What is relish?" Because this is not the relish I'm used to.
Coffee? Oh, I know. I'm hot. You're cold.
ごく美味しい。
これ多分めっちゃ美味しい。Like if you say nice sushi, like one meal per person would be equals like 2万円。
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 On the prowl. Peanut butter. Yeah, this is really good. And so creamy. Min is taking a nap because she says it's too hot, so I'm going to go explore the beach myself. Coming to the beach always really makes me value my time in Japan and my life in Japan. When I lived in America, I lived really far from the beach. It was like a 12 or 13 hour drive one way, so a day trip to the beach was never really feasible. I still pretty distinctly remember the first time I ever saw the ocean. I was in like 4th grade and I just remember being so overwhelmed by how small it made me feel. I just think that, you know, like the world is so beautiful, life is so beautiful, and we just need to really be grateful for the life that we live and the time that we have. And I don't know, I'm just so happy I get to live in Japan.
Instead of run, and that's why there's a roster of 12. Every coach will tell you nowadays you need strength and depth to get through because the level at the top is so intense and so close.
I'm crocheting and making granny squares because I want to make shorts out of granny squares. I think that would be cute. And I'm watching the Olympics while I'm crocheting. I don't know why, but this year I'm so invested in the Olympics. Like, I normally don't care about sports in general, but I don't know, something about this year and like the energy everyone is bringing, it's just like really, really like riling me up, you know, like I really want my teams to do well. And I think it's better because I have 2 teams, right? Like, I obviously want America to do well, but then also, like, I like rooting for Japan too, so it's like, I don't know, it's just a good time. Anyway, my shorts are coming along well. I have made 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9.5 granny squares, and I'm not sure how many I need. I'm kind of just winging it.
He needs to be brought back into his human form. He's just been up in his gargoyle form.
Okay, hi. It is Saturday. Today's Saturday. I didn't really film yesterday or Thursday just because like I didn't do much. On Thursday my friend came over and we watched the Olympics, but that was not exactly like good vlog material. And then yesterday I went to the immigration office to redo my paperwork or renew my visa, and that is not exactly exciting either. I never want to do that again. That was awful. While I was at the immigration office, I finished reading my book, Days at the Murasaki Bookshop, and I just wanted to share my feelings with you. Overall, I would say I liked it. It was not my favorite thing that I've read this year by far, but it also is not the worst thing I've read this year. The ideas in the first half of this book were really solid, and in the second half I felt like things just didn't quite go the way I wanted them to. So the main ideas I feel like in this book are human connection primarily, and then also the way books fit in between human connection. And I felt like the human connection was really well expanded upon, especially in the first half of the book. I loved seeing the way Takako's relationship developed with her uncle Satoru. But without giving too much away, in the second half of the book, this character shows up that's kind of like very manic pixie dream girl. This character, she's like described as beautiful, like explicitly described as like having this like certain beauty to her, and then she like kind of is like very flighty and does whatever she wants, and she has this sadness to her. So like, you know, it's like such a caricature of like the manic pixie dream girl that it kind of really took me out of things. As I got to that part in the story, I just realized that overall the women in this story are kind of not as fleshed out as the main characters, in my opinion. Like our main character Takako is like, she doesn't seem to have any ambitions or goals in her life. Like especially in the first half of the book, she's like extremely pathetic. So basically like the premise of this book is that she gets cheated on and broken up with by her boyfriend, and then she's just kind of like lost and she has to find her way in life again, which is like really confusing to me because like it didn't really seem like she had any aspirations in the first half. Like it didn't sound like she wanted to marry her boyfriend. So like him breaking up with her, I just don't understand why it completely destroyed her world. She has no friends except for this like one girl who shows up for like 25 pages and then disappears basically for the rest of the novel. Yeah, oh wait, I had one more thing I didn't like about Takako. Basically like her boyfriend cheated on her, right? That's the premise of the book. Like that's like the incidents for the whole novel to kind of like come after, but for some reason she did not know that she was being cheated on. She thought that like this was a relationship that was like genuine, you know, and for some reason she keeps insinuating that she is somehow partially responsible for him cheating on her and breaking up with her, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. And I don't know if that's meant to be some sort of like reflection of like how people are hard on themselves or whatever. That being said, I did like the relationships between the characters, even though I didn't love the manic pixie dream girl character. I liked the way Takako interacted with her. I felt like the way she reacted to her actions felt very genuine, but I felt like the kind of like the title of the book is Days at the Murasaki Bookshop, but I felt like the whole book element of this was like very not well developed. It's very short, and I would say overall I don't think anything needed to be added to this book. I liked how bare bones it was. I felt like it really was just like what needed to be there and nothing extra, which was nice. However, the whole concept of like books being a major theme in this, like it just didn't feel like they were really a major theme. It just kind of felt like something sprinkled in as like atmospheric. There's this one bit at the end where I felt like books were worked in really well. Takako leaves a book at coffee shop, and then I felt like that kind of worked well with the concept of like how books can bring us together. When she initially discovers her love of reading and like she is having conversations with her uncle, I felt like that was really nice. Overall, it just like, that part of the book kind of disappointed me. I wish there was more of that, like how books bring us together type of energy, especially in the second half of the book. Overall, for my rating of this book, I would give it like I would say like a 3. If you like books that are about human connection, you would enjoy this. And if you like books that are kind of more contemplative, I think you would like this. It does feel like a little bit summery to me. I think this would also be a good fall read. But yeah, so in the end, those are my thoughts on the book. Thank you for watching my vlog, hanging out with me. I appreciate your company. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.